to this meeting, but she is also amazing and more than happy to reach out and help you with anything you need. So get those names down if you need them. And I believe on your homepage, you can also see who your counselor is, okay? And then you got your admin team. I am Mrs. Render. I'm your principal. Ms. Stahl is your AP, and either one of us can help you. If you have weird stuff like, hey, I'm just not getting along with this teacher. This teacher requires 17 hours of homework a day. Please call me if that happens, okay? If you're like, hey, I don't think I'm going to graduate. I'm thinking about dropping out. Call me. Call Mrs. Stahl. We can help you. So those are the kinds of things that we help with. So I hope that makes a little bit of sense. Moving right along here, I'm going to let Mrs. Stahl talk a little bit about attendance and truancy.
Attendance, I'm sure most of you already know you need to log in every day. Got to log in on Monday, log in on Tuesday, log in on Wednesday, log in on Thursday, and log in on Friday. As long as you log in every day, you're going to get marked. If you cannot log in whatsoever, you gotta make
what are we even supposed to be doing?
My voice is speeding up.
Yeah, you're super choppy, Mrs. Stahl. You want me to just hit it?
You got it.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Like a cartoon. So yeah, the basic thing is, guys, just log in every day. If you log in every day, check in on a couple classes, maybe even all your classes, because you need to pass them all. You're not going to have to worry about truancy. The most important thing to know is if you do have to miss a day, email attendance@ingeda.net. It's that first bullet point up there, attendance@ingeda.net. It's really your parents that need to make that email and let attendance know that you'll be out that day. It'll be excused, and then you don't have to worry about truancy. If you hit 10 days, the state requires us to withdraw you. So don't do that, okay? You're going to get emails every time you miss a day. So it's not going to sneak up on you if you're paying attention. Just make sure you log in every day, do your work. We won't have any issues. All right, I want to go through graduation requirements. I'm pretty sure by now you guys are familiar with Bucket 1. And Bucket 1 is what we call all of the classes that you have to take to graduate. You guys know at this point that you have to take classes to graduate, right? That part's not a surprise. What I don't know, if you know, is that there are two other buckets of graduation requirements in the state of Indiana. You have to earn Bucket 2, employability skills, and Bucket 3, post-secondary readiness. Your counselors, Ms. Cleveland and Mrs. Murray, are going to be reaching out like crazy if they don't have that information on you yet, okay? So the way that you earn Bucket 2, employability skills, we have 3 different things you can do. 1, you can take a project-based learning class. If you've taken a PBL class anytime in high school, that counts. If you don't know, it's on your grad plan. You can check your grad plan just like you see there at the bottom of that slide. The second way to satisfy Bucket 2 is with a service project. So if any of you guys are active with your church, Girl Scouts, Boy Scouts, any of those service organizations, if you do National Honor Society with us, they have a service component. All of those things lead you toward the service-based learning fulfillment of Bucket 2. And then Bucket 3 is the very easiest because I bet 90% of you have a job, right? Tell me in the chat where you work. Where are you guys working this year? Best Buy. Ooh, that's a good discount. TJ Maxx, Dental Office, Walmart, Culver, Squirts, Subway. Ooh, an HVAC place. I like that. Cutting Grass, classic. Wendy's, couple home jobs, ice cream. Guess what? You already have Bucket 3 and you don't even know it. All right. You have work-based learning. We just have a little bit of paperwork that your employer fills out. It's literally a form. They check a couple boxes. Yep. They come in on time. Yep. They're a hard worker. Here's my signature. Boom. Bucket 2 done and done. Okay. So if your counselor reaches out to you and says, hey, we got to satisfy Bucket 2, just say, hey, I work at the tanning salon. Send me that form and I'll have my employer fill it out.
Man, this shit boring as fuck. Like, nobody
I'm sorry,
talking.
you need to mute your microphone.
Ain't nobody even here type shit.
My lordy lord. My lordy lord. You would think that seniors would not be where I would have the problem. All right, let's talk about Bucket 3, post-secondary readiness. This is basically what tells the state, yep, I'm ready to go on into the world after high school. So we call your plans after high school the 3 E's, okay? Because everything you're going to do after high school starts with one of the E's. You're either going to enroll, employ, or enlist. Enroll means enrollment in some kind of a college or two-year college, trade school, that kind of thing. Enlistment is enlistment in the military. And employment is just what it sounds like, getting a job, right? So depending on what your plans are, that's going to dictate how you satisfy bucket 3. But you can see there the various ways that you can satisfy bucket 3. If you're one of my super smarty pants students, you can get an academic honors diploma. You might take 3 dual credit classes. You might just blow that SAT, ACT out of the water. All of those things satisfy post-secondary readiness. If you're military bound, if you're interested in one of the branches of the armed forces, then you're going to take the ASVAB as your test to get into the military, and that passing that test will satisfy bucket 3. And if none of those really apply to you, if you're not interested in dual credit, you're not military bound, then you're going to take the courses that make up a CTE pathway. Guys, 90% of our students here at INGDA satisfy bucket 3 through one of the pathways, okay? You guys probably already know what your pathway is. You've probably taken a couple of courses in it, but those are things like hospitality, business, education, agriculture, computer science. There might be some that I'm missing. So tell me in the chat, what's your pathway?
What the fuck? Why can't I hear anybody or see anything?
Yeah, seriously, stop talking, dude. If I find out who you are, I'll kick you out of school myself. All right. So hospitality, unfortunately, no, hospitality is a great pathway, Lexi. Hospitality is one of the few pathways that you can actually go out and get a job right out of high school, okay? You can do that in the restaurant industry or the hotel industry. They need people all the time. So those are the 3 ways that you can satisfy bucket 3. So again, just remember, it's more than just your courses. You also have bucket 2, bucket 3 you have to satisfy, and your counselors are going to be reaching out. Now, if you look at the bottom of the screen, it says check your grad plan regularly. While your counselors love you dearly and want so badly for you to be successful, they are not doing this job alone. You are also responsible for making sure that you get out of here, okay? So you've got to open that grad plan. You got to make sure you're on track to graduate. You got to make sure you're passing the courses that you're in. So if you haven't already this school year, open that grad plan by the end of the day today. All you have to do is go to your main page, go to the paperclip in the top right, and click on graduation plan. And you'll see all the credits you've already taken and exactly what you're in for this year. That is my spiel on graduation requirements. Now let's get to the good stuff. Senior dates to jot down. It's about to get good, guys. You get to graduate this year. So a couple dates we have for you. And if I can get someone to put the link for the senior survey in the chat, they won't be able to click on it on the screen. The first deadline you have coming up is October 1st. We would like you to complete your senior survey by October 1st. The main thing I need on that senior survey is how do you want your name to appear on your diploma? So be sure to give that some thought because you really can't change your mind once those diplomas are printed, okay? Their diplomas are expensive. We're not going to print like 3 and 3 different names. So decide what you want it to say. Do you want first, middle, last? Do you want Jen or Jennifer? You know, that kind of thing. And then go ahead and complete that senior survey. Second deadline, you guys are going to want to order your cap and gown for graduation by the end of the year. I don't even have the website yet for that, but I promise we'll get it out to you guys as soon as that website is ready for this year. But what happens is they're about $30 right now. They go up to $55 in January. Nobody wants to pay $55 for something that was $30 last week, right? So go ahead and get your diploma or your cap and gown ordered by the end of the year, by the end of 2024, so that you don't have to pay that high price. April 30th is your deadline to change your address for diploma mailing. So if you guys are moving at any time this year, you have to make sure, and we're going through this right now, we mailed out all of the diplomas in June for our 2024 graduates, and so many of them came back to us because the families didn't update their address. So just remember, your diploma will be mailed to you. Make sure that you let us know any change of address that you have this year. And then the big day this year is May 30th, 2025. And that is graduation day and prom day because we're crazy. We're going to do it all in one day. It's going to be the best day of your dang life so far. So May 30th, you'll check in at 8:30 in the morning for graduation. We have rehearsal starting at 9. And then the ceremony begins at 11 a.m. That's going to be at Grand Park up in Westfield. Then you'll go have lunch, go get yourself gorgeous and handsome for the prom that evening. And prom starts at 7. It's in Forum Event Center in Fishers, Indiana. So those two venues are just maybe 15, 20 minutes apart. They're both up on the north side of Indianapolis, so nice and central in the state. Let me see if I can answer a couple of these questions. How do I see my grad plan? On your main homepage, you want to go up to the top right corner and you're going to see a little paperclip icon. Click on that and one of the options there will be graduation. No, it won't. It'll be graduation plan. Sorry, I'm trying to read and talk. If you don't have bucket 3, you're going to have to get bucket 3 before you can graduate. So talk to your counselor about that. We do not do a homecoming. I saw a few of you ask, do you have to go to prom? Of course you don't have to go to prom. You don't have to attend graduation in person either, but I highly recommend that you guys do both because it's pretty fun. Oh, don't say it was boring, Leilani. We put on a really good prom. I thought our DJ was fantastic. Oh, good, I'm not doing that. The last day for people who graduate in December is December 20th, something right around there. I don't have it exactly in front of me. And if you graduate in December, you still walk in May, okay, May 30th. We don't do a December, ceremony. So if you graduate in December, you'll still come back with us and walk across the stage in May. Bucket 3, somebody asked, what is bucket 3? Let's go back. Bucket 3, you can satisfy through your academic honors diploma, 3 dual credit classes, stellar SAT score, ASVAB passing score, or your CTE pathway. Those CTE pathways, you just have to take 3 courses in your pathway. It's kind of like a mini major, and that satisfies bucket 3. Bucket 2 is either a PBL class, a service project, or your job can count for that. Brooklyn, you can try to unmute. I muted everybody because of our friend. Let me see if I can unmute just you. It's not letting me. Can you ask your question in the chat? Yeah, Abby, you want to make sure, there's a few of you in here who have asked about early graduation. Get with your counselor on that. The deadline to apply was 8/1. Now, if you get with your counselor yet this week and say, hey, I didn't realize that deadline was so early, we can probably still work that out for you. We just want to hurry up and get that done so we know who's getting out in December. I know, Kenneth, I was trying to be tactful. There is a limit, Lexi. It's either 8 or 10 people. It's going to depend a little bit. We have a ton of space. We're changing venues this year, so we have a ton of space in the new venue, but it'll depend on how many people RSVP that they're coming. And once we know how many people are coming to graduation, we can tell you guys how many tickets you get, okay? All right, so let's see if you guys have been paying attention. If you still have questions after this meeting, who's your first point of contact? Jocelyn, I didn't give that out yet. I'll give it to you guys as soon as I have it. Look at you guys, homeroom teacher or Miss Murray, either way. But remember, that homeroom teacher is your first point of contact. So ask them if you have any lingering questions today. And if they can't answer, they'll refer you to your counselor or whoever else. You guys are going to get tons of emails. Seniors, it is so important that you check your email because everything we send you guys comes through email. So especially watch for the word senior in your email. We'll make sure it says, senior update, senior announcement, things like that. You want to definitely open those up. That's how we're going to send you your cap and gown ordering information. That's how we're going to let you know when we need your changes of address throughout the year, all of that good stuff. Yeah, we do have a new puppy. It's pretty fun. All right, that's all I've got. Please reach out if you have questions. Thank you guys so much for being here. I'm excited to spend your senior year with you, and we'll see you guys soon. Take care. Have a good day.